Live. You pick this music? We want to bounce our heads? All right. Welcome to Legacy Live.
I feel like we've done this before.
We have. There was this one time.
Back at band camp? I've never been to band camp.
I have. Some of the best days of my life. All right, so we're here today. We're going to kick off Legacy Live. It's going to be a lighthearted discussion about cycling-related topics, lifestyle cycling. Go through everything from product introductions to events coming to the area to how-to stuff.
And just talk about
whatever Kevin asks me, I will answer.
Just talk about bicycling in general, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Something that we will be accused of knowing nothing about.
No politics, right?
No more naked truth.
Promise?
Promise.
Pinky swear? All right, so where are we at here?
Well, I think, first of all, I'm pulling up the feed, so I'm a little distracted. I want to see how this looks right now.
So just everybody in Facebook Live world knows this is kind of our test bed. We're introing it today. And the goal here is to bring out a regularly scheduled kind of live broadcast that you guys can interact with us on. You can ask questions, and we'll have general topics. One of my goals is to bring in some guests from out in the cycling community. We have a lot of very knowledgeable people that are here in Highlands County, whether it be triathlon, mountain biking, bike packing, all the different lifestyle elements that we love as a shop and have many customers and clients that participate in. Our goal is to bring them in and talk about those things and kind of give everybody some insight into cycling in Highlands County.
Would Tony Darrell be one of our triathlon experts you think we'd bring in at some point?
When we get to the pro level, we will bring Tony in, okay. I am sure.
So when we're dealing with the beginner type stuff, we'll bring someone else in, maybe Eric Moore.
Right. Or Patrick High. Patrick would be a good person for, experience as a novice.
Right. But when people when we feel our audience is ready for the killing it,
when we're killing it, Tony Darrow is the man.
Only Tony.
Or Kip.
Well, Kip's not a triathlete.
He's not a triathlete, but he thinks he kills it every day.
He does kill it.
Bike. He does kill it every day on the bike. So anyways, so we thought we'd kick it off today. We're kind of testing our bandwidth and our camera and our microphones to make sure we got everything we need. And
before we go any further, I want to say that we want your ideas and your questions. So anything you want to hear discuss about cycling in general, it could be really anything. Leave a comment in our comment section asking it, or you can shoot us an email and find out, just say we want to hear you guys talk about this or whatever. Well, it is going to be a live stream, so some things will be addressed right away. Some things we might have to, have a whole separate show on, and the show shouldn't be too long, I don't think.
Right, and the cool thing is we can get your live feedback, and we have sent a message out to Lance, and we're asking Lance Armstrong to come, and we'd like him to sit down and discuss cycling with us. We had to sign a confidentiality agreement. We won't discuss anything about doping. It's off limits. And we can't mention his podcast legally.
I've listened to both his podcasts, and honestly, it's no Naked Truth. It's no Legacy Live.
This is true.
Lance is kind of played out. He's good for listening and discuss tours.
I will say this. So let's talk about the Tour de France here real quick because it ended today.
Thanks for your question, Mrs. Donna.
We're not gonna be spoilers, but one of the things that I really enjoyed this season was listening to Lance Armstrong's podcast post race. So for those who don't know, he started kind of his first time actually back talking about cycling and cycling specific topics. And he started a podcast. He already has an existing podcast that's not cycling related at all. And that podcast is, what's it called?
The Forward.
The Forward is his regular podcast. So he branched off from that and started Stages. And it's a great take on each day's stage of the Tour de France. It's all archived. You can find it on his Facebook page. You can also find it on your podcast app. Any podcast app will have it. It's called Stages. I recommend you tune in and get kind of his his take on the daily stages. It was an exciting tour this year. I mean, going into the final time trial, this is one of the closest I can recall in years.
Right.
Some really dramatic situations. Peter Sagan getting ejected from the race for what they considered a takedown attempt, but he basically, it was an accident, but he got ejected. We had some major wrecks on some crazy descents down through a wet backside of a mountain. Great event this year, and I really enjoyed it. And I recommend you check out Stage's podcast and get his take on it.
I saw a headline about a week or so ago about his stages, or both his podcasts, that said, no matter how you feel about Lance, don't hate yourself for listening to his podcast. And that's kind of how I felt about it. You know, however you feel about him, it's cool to get his insights on the race. And I'm not sure he's going to be doing any other races like that. That might have been a one-off thing for him. But also his other podcast that Dan mentioned, The Forward, is really cool because it's just people he's either admired or known. And he brings them in. He's had Troy Aikman on the past week or so. So it's cool stuff.
Yeah, and you have one of the founders from SRAM on. And
I say all that to say, no matter how you feel about us, I think you're going to enjoy watching and listening to our show, and we want you to contribute. So
that's right.
Please do.
That's right. And we want your constructive criticism. I will not grow hair, and Kevin will not cut his. But beyond that, give us your suggestions and what you'd like to see and what you'd like to hear.
A couple of things we want to know is when's the best time for you to watch something like this? That's going to take about 30 minutes of time, just so we can try to figure out if this is going to be a Sunday afternoon show or a Friday afternoon or Wednesday morning.
Or midweek evening or whatever, or what have you.
You know, we're not going to be able to make everyone happy, but we want most people to be able to see it, and we're going to archive it. So once we're done, you can go pick it up. Again, like Dan said, constructive criticism. We know there might be issues with a variety of things. Don't be an ass. Just let us know what's up, whether it's good or bad, and what you suggest. Topic suggestions, we're open to anything.
Yep.
I know the two of us, compared to a lot of our other customers and friends and stuff, don't necessarily ride a lot, but we still have a lot of history, a lot of experience with cycling. We just want to share some of that with people.
Yeah.
And maybe that will motivate us to get riding again.
Sure. And Kevin and I both have been cycling and involved in the industry and the business for over 25 years. So we hope to bring some of our thoughts and knowledge and insight, as well as bringing some neat ideas and thoughts to the table. So anyways, that's what we're doing. It's going to be called Legacy Live. We're hopeful that we'll bring it to you on a weekly basis. We need your feedback. We want to know what times you think will be best. We want to know what topics you're most interested in. I know some of the topics that we already have in the works. We've got a discussion about distance riding that we're going to have, and proper nutrition, and some of the stories and pitfalls with that. We're gonna also launch our YouTube channel, or relaunch our YouTube channel with some how-to videos. That's going to be pretty cool. Give you some background information, and we'll have some discussions related to some of those YouTube videos, and then you can go watch the video yourself to kind of get your how-to experience on things from roadside repair clinics to true in a wheel to whatever.
I noticed that Tony jumped on to watch our show, and I think with October coming up pretty quickly, we need to have Tony on at some point to talk about Team Tony.
Team Tony ride coming up first weekend in October. That's exciting. That's a Sarasota to Sebring and then back to Sarasota effort. So back-to-back century. I know my wife and I are doing it this year. I think Bob Swain's going to do it. We got a couple others that have said they're going to do it. So we're looking forward to that. And
I did it last year. I don't know if it's on my calendar this year. I'll have to see what's going on for me in October. But looking forward to just talking. Tony's a neat guy.
Yeah,
once you get to talk to him, he's just really cool guy.
Yeah, so I really enjoy interviewing him and getting his take on cycling in general. So I don't want to get into his story, but Tony, I saw you joined in, so maybe we can get you over to do one of our live segments, and we can go from there. So there you go, Legacy Live. We're going to do it weekly. Send us your ideas, suggestions, and also let us know.
We're doing it, Kip.
Let us know what times work best for you to have a live broadcast.
So between shows, email me at kevin@legacybicycle.com. That's without the S on it. And during the show, just leave a comment and we'll pick it up. All right, guys. Thanks for the few of you guys that tuned in. We appreciate it. Let us know your thoughts.
We'll see you later in the week. Peace out.